Welcome to Train Hot Dog, the podcast where I talk to myself on a train. This episode of Train Hot Dog is about if I wanted to never poop ever, how would I have to change my diet such that my digestive system just worked perfectly and there was no waste produced at all? Which I'm pretty sure it's got to be possible, right? So let's go. How to never poop. Perfect food equals never poop again. Why not? Bodybuilding.com. How to never poop again. Yahoo Answers. Actually, that's okay. How to never poop again. Okay, this is purely theoretical. Theoretically, what would need to be accomplished to eliminate the body's need to poop? Best Answer by Shaw 8 years ago. You would have to die or have a colonectomy and then eventually die anyway. If you put something into your body, parts of it will always become waste. Your intestines extract nutrients and send them through your body, through the blood. Accept it. Pooping is part of life. People die all the time because they can't poop. Elvis. Elvis is in parentheses. Asker's rating 4 out of 5 stars. I would definitely withhold the 5th star for such a disappointing answer. Drinking ampersand Octothorpe 39 semicolon your milkshake. Oh, I see. That's supposed to be an apostrophe. It writes 8 years ago. You'd have to be able to expel any of your body's waste through different means. Poop isn't a crushed form of what you ate last night. It's mostly just stuff your body has already used and needs to get rid of it. Maybe you could just throw up waste product then. Air Sabu writes, girls don't poop, that's just a myth. Chicago Knight writes, use a corkscrew lol. Lizzie, I'm pretty sure all these people are wrong. Related questions. I never want to poop again. What operation should I get? I'm interested in never pooping ever again. What operation do I need to get in order for me to never poop for the rest of my life? Should I remove my colon? I just don't want to poop anymore. Serious answers only. Best answer, either never eat again or kill yourself. This is something that is next to impossible. You have to poop or you will die. Do you know that when you have your colon removed, you get a colostomy bag in which you get rid of the waste in your body? You can't really want one of those. You can't really want one of those. What is? It would be better to use one of those than to let your body naturally get rid of the waste. I'm sure people with colon cancer would love to have normal bowel function again. You just need to see a therapist because this question just does not make sense. This guy is really negative. This is a serious answer. You need a therapist. Dude, I don't think you can stop pooping unless you want your stomach to explode. Would we never poop again if we only ate what our bodies used? What a time saver. Oh, what a time saver it would be. That's an update. Best answer. Good question. I think we'll always be sitting on the pot. The future of humanity is on the toilet. Even if we only took in the nutrients that we need to survive, where would the byproducts go? If it's only the nutrients, there would be no byproducts. You can't just put solids in your mouth and not expect an equal amount of matter or energy to come out the other side. Then again, maybe we'd never pass solids if there was no extra matter carrying the nutrients we need to take in. Maybe it's a project for a university sometime. That was Worm Week about 9 years ago. Mainslaw 9 years ago writes, well, the problem is our body gives off waste merely in the process of digesting food. Our poo isn't just what our body doesn't use. Some of it is also a byproduct produced during digestion. Oh man, okay, so you need not only that, but the byproduct needs to react with something you eat and produce more food, I guess. Space Monkey writes, what an incredibly sick sense of curiosity you enjoy. What makes you think of, well, poop like this? Is it possible to consume a diet so you never have to defecate? So our problem is we have mice. I'm not reading that. When we defecate, we're getting rid of waste, stuff your body does not need. Is it possible to eat a diet of perfectly nutritious foods, that is, foods that can be 100% used by your body so you never have to poop again? Best answer, maybe you don't think of it as important, but defecating is important, as important as breathing or your heart beating. Our bodies are amazing biological systems, and elimination of waste is very important. Assimilation of nutrients from food is important to sustain life.
Next stop
Without
is
a proper diet,
Embarcadero
beneficial
Station.
bacteria
The final
thrive
stop
in
is
our
San
bowels.
Francisco.
This flora is important for our health. This flora help and support with digestive process by helping digest lactose, milk, sugar, and protein. Clean the intestinal tract, purify the colon, and promote regular bowel movements. Create lactic acid, which balances intestinal pH, produce antibiotics and antifungals that prevent the growth of harmful bacteria and fungi, provide a passive mechanism to prevent infection, contribute to the destruction of molds, viruses, parasites, and customer environmental toxins, pesticides, and pollutants, reduce toxic waste at the cellular level, and stimulate the repair mechanism of cell, manufacture vitamins, B6, B12, K, folic acid, and assorted amino acids, help maintain healthy cholesterol and triglyceride levels, break down and rebuild hormones. The best diet would be one that incorporate enough fiber for the intestinal flora to do its thing and increase transit time so you actually poop more frequently. That's spelled F-R-E-C-U-E-N-T-L-Y, ellipsis, which in fact would be more healthy for you, healthy in quotes. That was Sacramento Dweller 10 years ago. Sammy 10 years ago writes, your body no, it's not possible. Your body uses up fuel from your caloric intake and expends the waste from your system. The waste must be expelled from your body. Our bodies are just not that fuel efficient in that it needs to produce waste products and cannot convert it to usable energy or fuel. No, it's not. No, how old are you? Oh, that's... By common biblical logic, isn't it safe to say that Jesus never defecated? The common practice is deny anything the Bible doesn't specifically say. Okay, that's not that interesting. Alright, there was a bodybuilder.com forum post. I think it's time to dig into that. Perfect food equals never poop again. Why not? What is feces? Webster's dictionary defines feces as isn't it mucus and undigested material from our dietary intake and mucus? Why can't someone develop the perfect food? View image. As the digestion begins, the minute food enters the mouth, it is broken down and absorbed as peristalsis pumps it through the small intestines, then through the colon. Why hasn't food been developed that can be totally broken down as it end the descending colon? Alas, nothing left to poop. I like this guy. View image, view image. I'm trying to view these images, but nothing's happening. There we go. This image is on PhotoBucket. It's a photo of a toilet with the circle and slash indicating no toilet. So that's pretty apropos. Imagine a world free from toilets, toilet paper, bidets, and other such products. It's just the dream. That was TTX's TT Astros 20,000 posts. That was in 2012. And then there's a bunch of green bars on his profile, which I guess is probably important. SSJ9 Mystic Goku writes, pooping feels good, too good to give up. No homo. There was like a page of blank space. It was pretty well paced actually. Redwood67 writes, but pooping is so much fun. TTX's TT writes, yeah, but often it's a burden. Dick Wad Eater writes, this thread is garbage. He says, not mucus. You are a fucking idiot, as there will always be unusable waste. There is no 100% efficient system. Angramenu, who has been banned after making nearly 12,000 posts, writes, probably because A, chemically impossible to have perfect food or any pure compound, really. B, your body would probably have an even harder time digesting theoretically perfect food if it could even digest it. Example, compare eating powdered fiber from fruits, or eating 2 pounds of chicken with no fat compared to eating 8 scoops of whey with little to no water. Yeti Spaghetti writes, view image. Let's see if I can view that image. Oh, it's a guy, image of a guy looking at the camera with a weird face. Bud Eater writes, strong neg, you cell-teching, bald head, retard-looking fat fuck. Next time you make a thread, it might be worthwhile to have a basal understanding of how the natural world works. Basal understanding is an incredible phrase. Also, strong neg, you cell-teching is also whatever that, like, I feel like that's just that sentence is just nothing but bodybuilder jargon, or slang rather. Stong username. Oh, that was TTX's TT. Sin Fiery writes, the time will surely come, OP, but I fear it will be well into our lifetimes to a point where we no longer care. I wonder if the person will vary from person to person. That might be a roadblock that can't be overcome.
And Richmond passengers.
Low key,
Those passengers should on board here.
Calgary, Alberta, Canada, writes,
Richmond passengers,
we can only dream of such a thing, OP.
19th Street,
And then
19th Street to your Pittsburgh.
Low key has a signature, the first one I've seen in this thread.
This is West Oakland. This is a
Canadian crew, recycled crew,
Sorry,
missed
a
strength crew. I believe in morality, which is doing what is right regardless of what I'm told, not in religion, which is doing what I'm told regardless of what is right. Squat 355 times 3, deadlift 425 times 2, bench 265 times 3, clean/press 205 times 2. I wonder if this updates when this guy has better squats. Our Baruch Dat der Comptech in Antigua and Barbuda writes, there is mucus in feces.
This is West Oakland.
Basically anything that is not digestible. Angramenu writes, ITT, people on a bodybuilding website with no idea how eating food works, except one guy who gets negged. Alright, I'm gonna figure out what negged means in a bodybuilding context. Bodybuilding neg. How to do negative training without a training partner. Negatives are among the most powerful training techniques for rapid strength gains. Clearly that's what this guy was trying to do in this forum. Learn how to do them effectively without a partner. Negative, the most powerful training techniques for rapid strength gains. Learn how to do them effectively without a training partner. Want to gain strength rapidly. Negative training is one of the absolute best ways to accomplish this quickly. Most negative training techniques require you to have a partner to return the weights to the start position. How do you get around this? In this article, I'll show you exactly how to do it. Negative training, also known as eccentric training, involves loading a weight movement in only the down or muscle lengthening phase. For example, if you were doing a negative bench press, you would start with a weight in top position. That would be more than you could lift on your own if you had to push it back up. Lower that heavy weight under control to the bottom position of the exercise and have a partner help you return the weight to the top position. The proper method for loading and performing a negative rep is not always well known. Each negative accentuated rep should last somewhat longer than the negative phase of a regular movement. Depending on the range of motion of the exercise, that could be anywhere from 3 to 6 seconds. The initial load for negative training should be approximately 105% of your regular 1 rep max for the exercise. E.g., if you can bench 200 pounds, use 210 pounds for negative reps. You You can increase this load if you are able to get more than 6 reps with that weight. 6 reps is the most you should do with negative training. If you can do reps, you aren't using enough weight for it to be maximally effective. Other negative reps articles. How do you neg someone? I don't see the button. I don't see the button. I want to neg someone. Like David the Fat, but I don't know how. You have 0... Oh, this is like a bodybuilding.com forum thing. You have 0 rep power, so it wouldn't have any effect. Look in your user CP, though, and you'll see what a neg looks like. JK Breh. When you click little scales, you have the option to approve or disapprove. To disapprove is a neg. Yours won't do anything, by the way. Okay, tankies. You are so lucky I am on recharge. View image. This is a tiny pig link, and the image itself is not actually loading. Options. Your HCC1 mate was selected as today's lucky mobile device. You have 1 reward available. Click OK to see what your reward could be. How about I back out? Back. Now I'm on Facebook for some reason. TinyPic is apparently a malware site now. What is recharge? And I have 7 reps, so I can neg/rep 7 times. I've never used them before, just got these reps like last week. You can only rep/neg 5 people in a 24-hour period. 24 hours later, you're off recharge and can rep/neg again. You used to have 1 red block until I ate it and threw up. Now you got 3. Oh, I always saw people that said will rep on recharge, but had hundreds of rep power. LMFAO, strong late neg and bump. OG teen, misser, everyone, how's it been? Okay, this is like going into tangents now. Positively powerful arms with slow negative reps. Think negative to grow. What is reputation? Here we go, the bodybuilding.com FAQ. Okay, the FAQ is like, I came here because it said what is reputation, but like, that's not one of the questions. The most frequently asked question is apparently, how do I give reputation? How do I have to participate in the reputation system? How much reputation can I give Abbott? Are there any limits? Do I
Next stop is
see
Lake
what
Merritt Station leave.
reputation?
First of 5 direct transfer points for Fremont passengers.
Where can I see reputation?
Fremont passengers off board here, went on this very same platform for the following Fremont
How
bound
many
train.
reputation points do the dots represent?
Once again, Lake Merritt is next. This is a Dublin Pleasanton
I'm going to
bound
tell how
train.
much rep power
And
somebody
just a bit of
has.
caution, folks. Seeing how the weather is
they just
outside,
completely
I transfer here.
if it was ever there, and not just in the Google search result. What is reputation?
This is Lake Merritt. Dublin Pleasanton bound train. Fremont passengers wait right here on this platform for the following Fremont train.
Okay. Wait, no, it's gone now. Cat Funt, former fat ass, writes, I was actually hearing some guy wax lyrical about pooping less on keto, or keto, I don't know how to pronounce that, because there is less waste in animal food sources than others. I didn't know whether I was hearing bro science or otherwise. I mean, the lack of pooping was cause of reduced fiber. I thought the lack of pooping was cause of reduced fiber. Mac XX writes, you're coming from the assumption that the human waste system is perfect. Dustin H6719 writes, when else am I supposed to feel angry birds? Steve C12 writes, intravenous nutrient. SPC 9669 writes, in on note. Mortis writes, Mortis has been banned. Sign me up, bro. I don't poop crew. Edmonton, Alberta, Canada writes, maybe just a much less frequent dump, like monthly. Maybe as time has passed, since there was no poop in the anus, it would not be there anymore. Evolution, lol. That would have to be a Lamarckian evolution. This guy, Zamakazi, has a signature. It says crown, 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 Funksthetics crew, crown, 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 Lean Bulkers crew, Tea Drinker crew, Tans Easily crew, No Body Hair crew, MMA crew, put Sumasha on everything crew. There was just all these crews apparently. Vocab and Vocab writes, right on, OP, I will not be a slave to the brown devil inside.